the idea here is, what did your school look like, when you began your PBL journey? What were some of the opportunities and some of the challenges, that you faced? So Simone, would you like to share some of your ideas first?
Yes, definitely. Thank you, Dave, and hello, everyone. So this is a great question because we were tasked with trying to really engage our students. And I say task because we all know that we went through this little thing called the pandemic, right? So coming out of that, what were we going to do to bring our students back? How are we going to not just engage them, but re-engage them in the learning process? And we thought that this would be a fabulous way. We have been wanting to do project-based learning for a long time, or at least I have, right? And then just trying to get everyone on board. The easy thing about this for us was I'm at a school and everybody was of the same mindset where we needed to get students involved and re-engage them again in the learning process and have them be active. So one of the opportunities that we had was to do project-based learning. And so we said, let's just take it wholeheartedly, dive in, feet first, and see what comes of it. If we're looking at one of the opportunities and the challenges, and we're going to go into a little bit of that in a minute. Dave, can you go to the next slide? One of the things that we did was training and collaboration. So on these pictures, you'll see my teachers being trained, along with myself being trained, and others. And when I say others, we did it as a collaboration with other opportunity schools. I'm the principal at a continuation high school, and because we're so small, meaning that we only have like 3 to 4 teachers at each one of our school sites, one of the challenges was not just having this be for my teachers and students, but getting others involved, because then you have a network of people who you can go to, a network of teachers, teams, who students can even collaborate with, perhaps on projects across school sites. So that was one of the things that we really looked at in terms of how we were going to do this. And if you see there, we sort of looked, we called ourselves the champions, right? So we were looking at those 5 rings because we were 5 schools that were joining together to do this. I called my colleagues. This Defined Learning was presented to us at a principal's meeting. And soon as I heard the presentation, I was like, okay, I'm on board. But I needed to get my teachers on board, right? So I went to them, I said, hey, these are some things we've been talking about. These are some things that we've been looking at. This is what I'm thinking and considering. What do you think? So it wasn't just a top down, like, hey, we're going to do PBL and it's going to work and we're going to make it work tomorrow, right? We had to get buy-in. The buy-in from my teachers was easy because we'd already been talking about this. But then now, how to extend that to others? So I called some of my colleagues who were also on that principal's meeting and Zoom, and I said, hey, this is what I'm planning on doing. What do you guys think? Do you want to join in? What do your teachers think? Why don't you present it to them and see, what comes back? Well, again, we were all coming back in person and coming out of the pandemic. And we really knew that this was going to be a way for us to get our students involved and engaged and something fun. And I believe that people in the chat earlier mentioned, and Gina mentioned, interactive, authentic. We wanted to bring them together. This was a way for us to do that. If you go to the next slide. I'm sorry, go one more down. Thank you. So here you see where we have our teachers, other administrators. And again, I said that I was being trained alongside of them. So we were all being trained together. One of the things that we did was to come up with projects that we learned. And one of them was a backpack project, and you'll see that later on. So we as adults during our training, we designed a backpack, but then we had our students design a backpack when we took it back to our school site. One thing that, in terms of an opportunity, was to really have the students look at a series of project-based learning activities that they would like to do. So we started out with the backpack project initially, but then we also were looking at the how to create a food truck store, or there's so many different ones to choose from. So initially we went with our backpack project, took that to the students and had them design and utilize the backpack project-based learning project and activities. And we are continuing, and I say continuing from there because we're going to cycle back to that assignment and then go into having them created, meaning having it become an actual product where we're going to have it sewn and utilized so that they can go in from there. I think what I don't want to do is to take away from the next couple of slides, but just in terms of challenges was for us, a big challenge was just trying to find the time to collaborate. And what we decided we would do is that we would collaborate every Tuesday and we would go back and utilize the project-based activities and discussions that we had on the Tuesday and implement them on Wednesday. Then come back and discuss and what worked and what didn't work and how we want to tweak it. So the challenge for us was just the time, finding the time to set aside to plan together. Because one of the beautiful things that we found was that, yes, the lessons are there, but you can make them your own. You can add to them, you can take away from them, and we wanted to expand and extend. So we needed to find that time for us to collaborate as a school site, but then also collaborate with our colleagues too, who are at different school sites, so that we could all come together and ask questions. And we set aside a series of meeting dates. We met over the summer, we met throughout the school year, we had different trainings over the summer, and we had additional trainings throughout the school year because we wanted to stay focused. We really needed to stay focused on what we were doing, what our goal was, and how our students were enjoying it. Did they even like it? You know, we can like things in our heads as an adult, but were the students having fun? So once they were having fun and they enjoyed it, then we knew we were okay.
Fantastic. And Simone, I must just point out, I had the opportunity to come and visit with you and all the educators. To me, the most powerful piece was all of the principals right alongside the teachers every step of the way, learning and guiding and understanding what your teachers were going through, both in planning and preparation and implementation. So cheers to you and your colleagues. So thank you.